Hey guys, how you doing? Video Rebel here. Uh, my sister channel is Vinyl Rebel, so you can check that out. But I've got some more VHS to show you guys. I did a video the other day on all my VHS that was Star Wars, anything that I had. So this is the rest of it. I do have some more, but they're upstairs and I need to bring them down. I just don't have a lot of room for them. But I do watch them and stuff like that. But I wanted to show you more stuff that I do have that I have in cases. They're those old classic VHS rollout cases. And I have some anime that I used to watch. I still watch it, and I have the Blu-rays and the DVDs. So I still want to show you guys these. I think you're going to like them. So check it out. So we're going to start out with this is something my dad gave me before he passed. This is Clint Eastwood, Hang 'em High on VHS. This is another one he gave me, The Magnificent Seven. Now these are, of course, are reissues. Here's one that I remember seeing as a kid when I was little. It's got Jean-Claude Van Damme in it. It's called No Retreat, No Surrender on VHS. So, sorry, a little tired, but there it is. Glad to have it. I was watching it the other day, and it's just cheesy but great. So I have another one. This is really cool because I have the special edition DVD on this, but just really excited to own it because it's such a great movie. It's Alfred Hitchcock's masterpiece, Vertigo, and it does have a little booklet inside. So that is really cool. There it is right there. Really great to have this on VHS. This one came out in '97. So the VHS came out in '97. Let's go with this one. This one came out in '89. But it's The Land Before Time. So I have that on VHS. It's the very first one. I remember seeing this at that time. Of course, I wasn't a little kid. I was a teenager. So, but yeah, it was very sad. So it was a very, very good movie. Glad I found it. I also have this one that is also reissue. This came out in '94. It's a reissue of an older movie. This is from '81, I believe. So this is Time Bandits on VHS. There it is. Oh, it's upside down. There it is. Time Bandits. So I haven't seen this movie in such a long time. I do need to rewatch it. So I have this on VHS. I would like to get the Blu-ray on it, but we'll find out. We'll see. Here is more. This one came out in 1980. The VHS was printed in '94. So this is Xanadu. Now I think these were actually these are like the first printings because in 1980 we didn't have VHS. So VHS didn't come out till later in the 80s. So Xanadu, great film, although it didn't do very well. I'm a big Gene Kelly fan, and to prove that I'm a big Gene Kelly fan, I also have, I never took the sticker off of this one because I found it at a thrift store, and I found it for, gosh, was it 25 cents? Yeah. And I don't like these stickers. These stickers, what's really cool about the VHS is the stickers come off really easy. So let me get this one off. And yeah, so this one I do have on DVD, I believe. I got to look through my DVD collection. It's Singing in the Rain. It was such a great movie. It's got Debbie Reynolds. You see her right here. That's Carrie Fisher's mom. Donald O'Connor and Gene Kelly. Now, Donald O'Connor, here's something interesting. He was very young. He was in his early 20s, maybe like 22, somewhere around there when he did this movie. And there's a scene where he runs around called Make 'Em Laugh. We're singing the song. He actually spent some days in the hospital after that because it was so exhausting. I think he hurt himself too. So, but this is a great film. Lots of fun. Singing in the Rain from MGM. This trying to see the year this one was come out, but it's through Turner. So I do have the MCA release. This was from 1990, is Conan the Barbarian. I do own the double disc DVD with the Destroyer and the first Conan Barbarian movie. I'd like to get an upgrade on Blu-ray of those, so that should happen really soon. This one I do have on Blu-ray, and also have a different version of this one. It's on a green clamshell case. So, but I do have the Dark Crystal. Saw this in theaters with my parents when I was a kid, and I actually took my kids to see it because they did like an anniversary screening of it, so I got to take them. They were already grown. I also have Dune, the original Dune on VHS. There it is. So cool. This one was, I got this for $1. It's really cool. This came out in 1952, but the issue of this, it does have an ISBN and stuff like that. So it's War of the Worlds on VHS, the original. Love it. So glad I have this one. Gotta watch it again. It's so good. Here's another one. It's the Mortal Kombat on VHS, the very first one. So this was the better of the two, of course. Good movie. For the time it came out in, it wasn't bad. Here is Highlander on VHS. I'm picking up the Blu-ray on this one because this is such a great movie. I do have a DVD of it, but I'd like to get an upgrade. Now here is another one. This is the Michael Keaton Batman. Such iconic cover, huh? There it is. So cool. Batman. All right. Let's keep going. Now this movie I love. I'd like to get it on a Blu-ray. I don't know if it is available on Blu-ray. It might be. I just have to do my research on it. But it's the 13th Warrior. It's such a good movie. Antonio Banderas. I really like this movie. Here's another one. Again, Chuck Norris. It is the great Return of the Dragon, where Chuck Norris fights Bruce Lee. And actually the cat kind of goes, "Row," and then they start fighting. So I'm so glad I have that one. I've had it for years. This one is just, it's just weird. This VHS is kind of old, but it, all it has is like video and music in the background, and it had like a commentary. But it's called Monster Mania, because I'm a big Universal horror guy, so. Here, this one's cool. I'm looking for the Blu-ray on this one, but I do have a DVD with this movie and the movie Krull. When I have Krull on Blu-ray as well. But this is, I saw this in theaters and it was in 3D. It's Space Hunter. So, and that's Molly Ringwald right here. There she is. So, and then Michael Ironside down there. So it's classic. Great science fiction. Ernie Hudson from Ghostbusters actually comes out in this too. So, Space Hunter Adventures in the Forbidden Zone. Really cool to have that one. This one is worn out because I watched it a lot when I was a little kid. This, trying to look, 1990. Okay, so here it is. It's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles FHE. So it's the original movie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie. There it is. So really glad to have it. It is a lot of fun. I would like to get that on Blu-ray, but we'll see. Sorry for the honking. This one is the special edition Superman the movie on VHS. I do have the Blu-ray, and I have the 4-box set of DVDs, but I only ever watched the first and the second film, so I might just give those away to my sister. Uh, Here's another one, a great classic movie. This is The Last Starfighter on VHS. I love this movie. It's so good. All right, if you haven't seen it, you're missing out. This one is White Christmas. I actually like this movie a lot too. I like some musicals, not all of them. But White Christmas. You can find this one at any thrift store. This one was kind of hard to find for a long time, and it's hard to find it on DVD. But I'm glad I got it because it's about a man who I am a writer, so I have some books out that you can find on Amazon. But I will share that with you in a minute. This is based off a true story. It's by of C.S. Lewis. It's called Shadowlands with Deborah Winger and Anthony Hopkins. It's such a good movie. Very inspiring for me. Shadowlands was really hard to find, but if you can find it, pick it up. Yeah, so like I said, I'm a writer. I have some books on Amazon, and I'll put those links in the description below, so you can check them out if you like. They're Victorian horror. It's a professor who tells ghost stories to his students, and the students don't know whether they're real or not, you know. So, but they're really good. It's set in the Victorian era, so I hope you guys like it. So I'll put links to those books at the bottom. Here's another movie. This is Warren Beatty's Dick Tracy on VHS. My mind goes blank. Oh, goes this way. Sorry. Very unique. And you know, the thing is, when this is really cool. When this movie came out, I just kind of writ it off because, you know, I'm not the biggest Madonna fan. I respect her as an artist. She's amazing. Been around for a long time. I'm not the biggest fan, but when the guys came out with these looks on here, you know, the faces, I just thought it was kind of cheesy, but it was also cool because it took after the comic strip. So, and I used to read the comic strip. So back in the day. All right, so let me go with these really quick. I have this old one. This one is called Lost Horizon, and it's kind of like it's closed off there, so you have to pull it out like this and then pull the movie out. So there it is, Lost Horizon. This is just a Hollywood favorites. It has Telly Savalas, who played Kojak, Peter Cushing, who was in Star Wars, and of course the great Christopher Lee. It's Horror Express. And somebody wrote their name on it. I gotta rub that off in the back. So, my favorite James Bond film, and I have all of James Bond films on Blu-ray and DVD, but I have them on VHS too. And it's weird because every time I see this movie, I gotta buy it. You know, it's kind of like people with Catcher in the Rye. You know those. You know. Anyway, it's Moonraker. That's a cool. It's gold. So Moonraker's my favorite James Bond film. I know, I love it. And here's a CBS Fox film. Came out. This came out in '84. Let me see. Yeah, this came out in '84. Some of the first VHS released. That's when they were putting out VHS, and you had these little mom and pop places. So this is CBS Fox. This is Alien. Pretty amazing. The only other Fox movies I have are the Star Wars ones. So this is Alien right there on the CBS Fox. Really cool. Now here's another CBS Fox I do have. I forgot about this right here. That I never hear anyone talk about. And it is a great movie. It's got Dennis Quaid and Louis Gossett Jr. Just, it's such a good movie. It's a science fiction film. It's called Enemy Mine. It's got some tape on it. I don't know, the person put tape on there. But it's a CBS Fox Enemy Mines. I have never seen this on DVD or Blu-ray, and I've never seen it streaming. If you find it, pick it up. Now, the last movies I'm going to show you are actually anime on VHS. And I don't see a lot of people showing anime on VHS. They show anime Blu-rays and DVDs, but I haven't seen a lot of people show these. So I'm going to start out with Battle Angel. This is the movie. And there it is. And it's on white VHS. Pretty cool. All right, I'm going to show you this other one. This is, now these, I bought these all when they first came out. This was back in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. And then when I went into college, I had a friend who owned a place called Anime Ichiban. And he went to college with me. And he was from Japan. And I bought CDs from him, music CDs. So I would go to the store, I would buy wall scrolls. And I do have some wall scrolls of Ghost in the Shell, which I might show you soon. I've got figures from that. But I would buy my VHS from him. And this is one of the ones I picked up. You can kind of tell it's worn. It's Armitage the Third type. It's on VHS, of course. So that's really cool. This is one that I do have on DVD. I actually own the series on DVD now. But Tenchi, the movie 2, Daughter of Darkness. There it is. These are just worn because I watched them all the time. And you know, the thing about DVD, anime back in the day, back in the 80s, I think the first time I ever heard of manga was from a kid when I was going in elementary school, and I went to a place called Texas City, Texas. I went to a school out there. And this kid, there was a lot of people from Japan there because their parents were engineers and they all worked at this, like a factory that was out there. So this kid showed me a manga, and it looked like a newspaper, but it was kind of a long book, and he was showing it to me. And so that's where I first heard of manga. And as I got older, into the 80s and mid to late 80s and 90s, we were trading with friends anime on VHS they were copied. So it was like really grainy, but we could watch it. When it got into the 90s, it was just a full-fledged underground thing, and everyone was trading anime VHS. I was an artist, so I was an airbrush artist. We had an airbrush shop, and the airbrush artists would come in, and we would trade VHS animes like crazy. It was insane, and I still have those animes on copied VHS upstairs. So it was amazing, and I think, you know, for Gen X, you know, my generation, we did that a lot. You know, we pushed those things, and we couldn't see anime on TV. The only thing I think closest we got to anime was Battle of the Planets, and then we had Speed Racer and Astro Boy. So those were the only things that we would watch. And then all of a sudden you had the Transformers come out, and we could tell that was anime. The intro for the X-Men cartoons, Ghostbusters was Japanese. You know, you could tell with the intro. Some of the G.I. Joe cartoons, those were, anime. So, it was made, the Ninja Turtles intro was anime. So, you could tell. So, that's what we did. We traded anime. So, I think Gen X had a big influence on anime. And I think it's really popular now today with Gen Zers and some millennials, because Gen X really, we were, like I said, we were trading those VHSs of anime. It was all the Tenchi and Macross and all those other ones. It was amazing, and that's what we were doing. So here's one that I did trade, and I would make a copy of it, and I don't hear a lot of people talking about it. I do own the DVD of this, and it is very expensive. A Blu-ray on this is Japanese release, and it's expensive. I mean, I've seen them up to $300, but an anime that people do not talk about is this one. And it is groundbreaking anime. The guy who did the music score for this did the score for the Last Emperor film. So that is two of my favorite scores. It's The Wings of Haniamis, if I say that right. This is an excellent movie. Bought it when it came out. Sorry. There you go. See if I can get that without it being blurry. It gets a little bit blurry, so sorry. But yeah, I just watched this today on the DVD, and the DVD was it was copied from the original source, and it wasn't upgraded to any high def. It was just digital video, and when you see it on a 4K TV, you can really tell that it needs an upgrade. And I think this is one movie that, you know, Kino or, you know, Criterion needs to pick up and make this into a 4K or a Blu-ray. I prefer Blu-ray. Make it into one of those, clean it up, because it is a spectacular film. So Wings of Haniamis. All right. The last two. This one is iconic. It is Ninja Scroll on VHS. See it there. And this is from Manga, the entertainment. The manga was bought out by Crunchyroll. So, and the last but not least, this one's a little dirty because it's really old. Gosh, this is Ghost in the Shell. On VHS, so really cool find there, guys. So that is all my VHS. That is everything. Next time I'm going to go through my DVDs and my anime DVDs, my Saturday morning cartoon DVDs from the 80s and the 70s. So I hope you guys enjoyed this and all my VHS. I do have some more. I'll go through some more and see what I can find. I do have like Back to the Future, stuff like that. So, and they're pretty old. E.T., Home Alone. So I'll look for those. But yeah, we'll go through those rest of the DVDs and Blu-rays later on. So thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching my videos. And we'll see you later. Thanks. Bye-bye.